We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. In the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
Here with Miss Rita. What's going on, Rita?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Oh,
It's
that's what
the
we
German
doing?
giraffe. It's the German giraffe. You already know the vibes. What's up with you?
Okay. I like the vibe already. I'm good. First of all, let me just say I have the utmost respect for you, and I appreciate you pulling up.
Thank you.
All right,
Same,
so
same. You already know.
likewise. All right, so here we go. Right out the gate, I'm gonna ask you a tough question. Tell me your top five Philly battle rappers,
My
or we could
top
do we
five.
could do PA if you want.
We can do Philly.
Okay,
In terms of, I mean, my list might sound a little different. Are you just
of
talking about
course.
battle rappers or just
We're just
rappers?
battle rappers. Just battle rappers.
Okay, just
Yeah.
battle rappers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Reed.
Okay.
I'm gonna say everybody might not agree with this, but Shellyano used to, yeah,
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah. hmm
Okay.
Right now, somebody who's barely taken any losses, like show me a loss, K Walker,
Mm.
show me a loss in recent history.
Now he been
Um,
cooking.
Easy. I don't
Mhm,
know
that's
how people wanna. We not about to go back and
we
forth
not
about
going into
that.
all
But if he from
that.
Philly,
Okay.
he's in the mix.
That's four. You got
Um,
one more.
One more.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say move out.
Fire. Salute Muab getting mentioned. That's fire. Okay. So take me back and tell me what was the battle that you watched that made you a fan? I'm sure that you have battles that you consumed occasionally, but what's one that made you turn into like a real battle rap fan?
People don't like this answer either because it's probably something that I seen on the street at random, like just in the neighborhood, people
Mhm,
rapping, whatever, or at
mhm,
school and people rap.
mhm.
Like that's what got me into it for real.
Okay, so on the
Um,
block, seeing battles live.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
obviously we had a time where Cassidy like got retired from Power
Hmm.
99 from
Hmm.
going up there and rapping every week. It was just like so much happening on the rap scene here in
Hmm.
Philly that it was
Hmm.
just like, it was a part of everyday life. Everybody was rapping. Everybody, was involved in something, some kind of way, whether they were just rapping it in their lunchroom or
Hmm.
if they were in the studio actually making music. Somebody was doing
Hmm.
something.
That's fire. That's fire. I like that answer actually. Tell me, how did you get involved with Champion?
I was at an event.
Hmm.
Um, I believe this was the band days.
Okay.
This was around the band days, and
Hmm.
we had met. Me and Anwar had met Black before, but this
Hmm.
time he like kind of chatted with us a little bit more,
Hmm.
and it was interesting. And then after situations occurred, he asked us to be on the show.
Fire.
So he kind of seen us being like just regular fans, chatting
Hmm.
with us about like how we felt about the battles during the battles and all of that, certain bars, like all that kind of stuff. And it's like,
Hmm.
it's Jay Black, but it's also like, you're still going to act regular around somebody because you don't want to present something that's false. So you're just going to chill out and have the conversation.
Hmm.
But yeah, after situations happened where he had to figure out what to do with his show, whether he was going to do it solo or not, he decided to
Hmm.
reach out and we say
Hmm.
yes.
Fire. Fire. As time progressed, you started getting involved on the WOTY side of things. How did you get involved in that, and what was your role and responsibility?
I think it was apparent that the women needed their own.
Facts.
Um, Not that women had not made the champion of the year list because they had.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
had been done, but it was time to like really showcase the women and what they were doing, especially knowing that, certain things were happening. Certain things
Mm,
were like the women were getting booked more. We're starting to see more newer women pop out. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Like it was just
mm,
like a new wave, a new surge for the women at that time. And it was like, yeah,
mm.
it's time to put a spotlight on them. Um, my role is it's my panel. Jay Black typically just goes, it's your panel, it's yours. Like,
Mhm.
he handles the production for that one, but in terms of getting everything together, that's my thing. I make sure
Okay.
I reach out to who I want on the panel, make sure
Mhm.
that they have all the rules and regulations ahead of time,
Mhm.
make sure that they know how structured this is and what we're going to
Mhm.
be doing when we get up there. And I feel like over the years, the panels have been amazing. No matter who's been
Facts.
on there at the panel, it's been amazing. It's been a great time. It's
Facts.
been entertaining. It's
Mhm.
been creating conversation. Been creating growth in female battle rap in general. So I appreciate it.
That's
It's
fire.
always fun. Like, I know people are like, y'all get flamed. I don't want to do that. And it's like, yeah, but at the end of it all, it's so rewarding.
Facts. Facts. What would you say, looking back, what was your favorite panel session? You've had a few sessions. What was your favorite? And why
My
was it your favorite?
favorite,
Hmm.
I'm going to tell you, my favorite was probably the first one
Okay, why was it your favorite?
because everybody at that time who was on the panel, like it was brand new, one.
Hmm. Hmm.
And two, everybody had their own thing going on.
Yeah.
Everybody on that panel had something going on that it made
Hmm.
sense for them to be up there. Yes, people may question why somebody's up here for, whatever reason, but legitimately everybody had a reason to be up there. You know what
That's a
I mean?
fact.
In terms of doing media,
Hmm.
everybody had a reason to be up there. Later on, we added Tata. That's probably, 1B. Because when Tata came along, she added a whole nother spice to it. It was like, yes, Ty. But yeah, that very first panel, like everybody legitimately having something to do with the culture in terms of media, being super active. Like I felt
Hmm.
like it was perfect because we went in there, we were nervous, but we went in there with all the knowledge of watching previous Codys and
Hmm.
knowing that we all have watched all these battles all year long. So
That's fire. That's super fire. What is something that isn't currently included in the panel process that you would want to implement?
um something that I would want to implement. I don't
Hmm.
know what to say to that because this is the last year. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to respond to that. Like,
What would
it's the
you add,
last
I guess,
year.
on the last
I
run?
would add another year. I
That's
mean,
a great
what
answer.
we talking about? Like, what is we
That's a
talking about?
great answer.
I would just add another year. Like,
Mhm. How did you pick the members that were on the panel? What was it that drove you to pick the certain people that you work with?
again, everybody legitimately had something going on, and they all
Hmm.
made sense. Winged, running things over there at RBE, doing her own thing, doing
Hmm.
media,
Hmm.
consistently doing media.
Hmm.
Lola Dope was with New Era.
Shout
They
out
were
Lola.
consistently doing media. Shout out to Hurricane Dew. She
Shout
was
out Bill.
consistently doing media, always at events, always outside.
Hmm.
It just was everything just lined up perfectly for the first panel because again, like it just everybody that was on there made sense.
That's fire. What is your most fondest memory or proudest moment while being involved with the panel?
Um the best moments happen off camera. I don't know what
Oh,
the
oh
because
yeah?
like
We getting an
yeah,
exclusive? What's going
we're
on?
not getting no exclusives. That's all I can say. The best moments happen off camera all
Okay,
the time.
okay.
Like we have a ball off camera. The first year we did go out, we had a ball after after the panel.
Yeah.
We went and hung out, had a great time,
Mhm.
and then everybody went about their way. Definitely that probably was probably one of my fondest because that was the time where it's like everybody finally get to like kick back after all that pressure of doing the
Mhm.
first WOTY panel. We just
Mhm.
got to like literally kick back and relax, have a good
Mhm.
time. and wake up tomorrow like, oh shit, we did that.
That's fire. What would you say were the golden years of battle rap? If somebody asked you what were the best times that you've had for battle rap?
Probably around, I'll say between like 2012, 2014. Like that was a
Mm-hmm.
really special era. We
Mm-hmm.
also have like that 20, I don't know, maybe like 2017 to 2020 era where it
Mm-hmm.
was like
Mm-hmm.
real special. We had a lot of new talent that was
Yeah.
emerging. It,
Yeah.
it's, it gets, but yeah. One of those two. Like
I
in
respect
terms
that.
of what we see in the big stage, that
Mm-hmm.
2019 era, like
Crazy
that era
time.
was, yeah, that was fun.
Yep, I agree. Okay, if that's the golden era, then what era are we in right now?
Right now,
What would
we
you
are,
call this era?
this is an era, I feel like there's low key, I feel like there's low key a war emerging. Like you have this new emerging talent, right?
Okay. Okay.
Who, there's different ways that you can nowadays end up battling a vet or a top tier, right? It's
I'm
not like
familiar.
how it used to be, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So those things happen, but I feel like, there's a war emerging between the young newer talent and the older
Mm-hmm.
guys. We're about to see a crazy like rookies versus vets type situation,
Okay,
if you
I
ask
respect
me.
that.
And I
Yep,
think it's going to happen with the women too. I feel
I
like,
agree. I agree
everybody kind of wants
110%.
to guide and be helpful. Like, yeah, come on, you're good. Let me usher you in, make sure you have a great time in battle rap. But it's like, the younger talent, not, I don't want to say that they have a big ego or anything, but they're like
Mhm.
super duper proud of themselves. They
Talking
don't
that
care what
talk.
nobody say. Like
Yep,
they don't
yep.
care about their old stuff. They not on the old waves. Whatever was happening, it ain't happening today. So it's
Facts.
like they got YN energy. So you
Yeah, that's a
can't tell them
fact.
nothing.
That's a
So it's
fact.
like,
That's a
yeah, that's
fact.
why I'm like, I think a war is going to emerge
I
because
like that.
eventually the old head's going to be like, nah, let me make sure you realize why I am who I
Who I
am.
am. Word.
You
Okay.
gotta understand.
I respect that. Now, let's say it was entirely up to you and you had to make the call. Free to wave, who would you want Surf's battle return to be?
I wouldn't want him to battle. I would prefer him to go straight to the Joe Button podcast. One,
Oh,
two, I would like him to handle some more of the, commentary and face offs over at URL and maybe some other places, right?
okay. Okay.
Because I think it is fun to see him discuss battle rap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's been around for a long time. He
Mm-hmm.
knows a lot. He's seen a lot. He has a great memory. So
Facts.
it's definitely interesting seeing him discuss battle rap as opposed to rapping.
I
He's so
respect
sick of
that.
y'all. He don't even want y'all reacting because y'all be playing with it. Like y'all be playing like he's not going to win back. Like what?
Yo.
And then he don't even
Yo.
want y'all. It's to the point where he like, I don't want y'all reactions and none of that. Like, what's happening with y'all? Like, I don't want none
Free.
of that. Nah, y'all said I was going to lose. Hush, let me finish my round. Let me
That's
get through
funny
this,
as
and then
hell.
your man can rap, and you can cheer and clap for him.
That's
Like,
funny as hell. Free to wave, man. If somebody asked you what's your favorite league, which league would you pick if you could only pick one?
my favorite league is
Mm-hmm.
URL. I've
Talk
had the
crazy.
most fun experiences
Mm-hmm.
like just going to URL events outside of even working with them.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to URL events, I've had the most fun experiences. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's just so much that has happened over time that they've done and that they've been a part of. That's,
Mm-hmm.
it's just, you never know what they're going to do next. They always tend to go above and beyond. You never know what's going to happen next.
That's a fact. What's your favorite memory from attending a URL event?
Um, I want to say the Hitman basketball game.
Okay, talk about it.
The free basketball game, that was fire.
Mm-hmm.
Um, kids, it was so many kids out. I did not realize it was going to be so many kids out, but it was a great time. Like for a free event for Hitman to like have everybody out there on the court with their
Mhm.
own jerseys on and everything like that. It was
Mhm.
definitely a memorable moment.
That's super fire. That's very fire. All right, so switching gears, I want you to tell me your female and male Mount Rushmore.
Female and male. Well,
Mm-hmm.
my male is Mook,
Mook. That's
Lux.
two. Okay. Feel like those are mandatory.
Those are, yeah, they kind of are
Mm-hmm.
mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I gotta go this way because he's done so much. I know he's not in the favor of people right now, but I feel like
Mm-hmm.
he's done so much, and I was a big fan. Disaster.
Talk crazy. You're the first person to say this. Let's go.
Really?
Yeah, but it's a valid pick. This is a goat, 100%. Okay, so
Yeah.
you got Lux, Mook, Diz. Who else?
For the guys, let me see. Because now it gets a little tough for
It
me
gets
because
tricky.
it's
That
so
fourth
many.
spot.
Let me stop. It's Tay Rock. Come on. You know Tay Rock got to be
Hey,
up
that
there.
is
The
a
GOAT.
fire.
You know Tay Rock got to be up there. Like he's
That's
been
fire.
goaded since he was like 15. Cut it
That's
out.
fire.
Like, what are we
That's
talking about?
I like that. I like that. That's a great four. Now, what's your female Mount Rushmore?
E Hart,
Oh, okay.
40 bars,
That's two.
QB,
That's three. Wow.
Jazz.
Hustle not on your Mount Rushmore?
Hustle should be on my Mount Rushmore. That's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. I know in recent history people would like to say like, 40 probably should not be up there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
40 has done so much. Like when I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, I remember watching her like change shit. Like when she came about, shit changed.
1,000%. A
Like
thousand
it
percent.
it it just was
Her
different.
legacy is crazy.
Shout out to Hustle because she was, URL from day one for real.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a whole different vibe with her. But
Mm-hmm.
40 bars just from the momentum that she
Mm-hmm.
created at the
Mm-hmm.
time that she came about. Like she watched some of the people, like she may have a different GOAT list
Mm-hmm.
because she's watched people and then was like, oh, let me try this.
That's a fact.
But
That's a super
when she
fact.
came about, she definitely took it to another level. But
I
I
rock with
love
that.
Hustle. Don't it's
Don't get it
tough.
twisted.
It's
I know. I
tough.
get it.
It's
It is
tough.
tough. It
And
is
I
tough.
also feel like Jazz has kind of done the same thing. Like Jazz
Mm-hmm.
changed the game a little bit when she first came in. It was like a whole different resurgence when she first came in the game. And then she took a break, but she
Mm-hmm.
still was very active in the culture. And then when
Mm-hmm.
she came back, it was like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? Like, why
Facts.
you been sitting on raps like this? Like, why you ain't
Facts.
been like, you know what I mean? So I
Facts.
think she definitely changed the game as well 2 times. So I
That's a
definitely
fact. Okay. Okay. I like that answer. Okay. So I'm not going to ask you about WOTY, but I am going to ask you about Cody. What's your
got you.
top five Cody right now?
Do you know that I don't have a top five, Cody?
For real?
Let me tell you why.
I'm here.
One, I am judging this tournament. Two, I am focused on Wody. Cody for me now is pure entertainment. I want to sit and watch. I don't want to have my top five. I don't want to
Okay.
have no involvement.
Okay.
I
You
don't
wanted to
want
be
to.
just a
I don't
fan.
want. I'm just a fan of Cody now because I'm like, this is the last year, and yes, it is
Hmm.
important. But I feel like this being the last year, I just
Hmm.
want to be a fan of it.
Yeah. I respect it. I respect it a lot. I respect that a
But I
lot.
seen some controversy about people's top fives recently on the timeline, and it's been interesting. It's
It's
been
getting crazy.
interesting, is all I can say.
It's getting very crazy. I want to ask you. You attended the WTBL event, and I appreciate you rocking the We the Fans hoodie. Appreciate that. Tell me
Wait, did
what
you say
was?
I attended?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you was at the WTBL event.
I'm the I'm the lead
Oh,
judge for the yeah.
oh
I'm
my
sorry.
goodness! Apologies, Queen. You were a judge at the WTBL
Wait, the
event.
lead judge.
You were the lead judge at the WTBL event. Correction, pardon me. Um, what was your experience? How was your experience there? And tell me, who were the people that had the biggest impression on you?
The experience was amazing all
Hmm.
throughout both days. It was amazing.
Hmm.
The venue space was phenomenal. I love the venue space.
Hmm.
Um, the most surprising for me probably was Geek Girl.
Hmm.
I don't think nobody knew that Geek Girl was going to come swinging like that. and I've
Mm-hmm.
heard her open like her opener before, but
Mm-hmm.
then the rest of her rounds were, she was doing
Mm-hmm.
something with the rest of her rounds. So
Mm-hmm.
that was probably one that really surprised me. Dude was very interesting to watch because um obviously I've been around her in the media space. I've also
Mm-hmm.
listened to her music. I know that she can rap, like,
Amazing music. Facts. Salute, do.
amazing music, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've never seen her like I've seen her battle rap on beat
Mm-hmm.
once, right? Outside
Mm-hmm.
of that, not an acapella battle. So I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what to expect. And because I became the lead judge, this is where it gets kind of tricky because I can't listen to the bars ahead of time. I can't ask nobody, can I hear their
Yup.
bars? Can I
Yup.
listen, please? None of that. Man, I
Yup.
was struggling. And then when I finally heard the rounds, I was like, this
Let's
bitch
go.
can, not only can she rap, but she can rap. Like, do you hear
Facts.
these
Facts.
schemes? Do you hear
Facts.
these punches? Like, I was going crazy. Like,
Facts. That's fire, man. That's fire that you had that experience. So Geek Girl and Do, of course, salute to both of them, and I'm excited for round two. You popping out to New Orleans?
I absolutely am. As lead judge, I will be
Talk
in the
crazy.
building for every event.
Okay.
Unless, something happens,
Mm-hmm.
God willing, I will be
Mm-hmm.
in every event for
I
the
love that.
WTBL tournament.
I love that. I love that, and we
And shout
appreciate
out
you.
to the other judges. For round one, it was me, Lady
Mm-hmm.
Caution, 40
Salute caution.
Bars,
Salute 40.
Gaddis, and Farrah Funeral.
Salute to all of them, 100%. Love those ladies, all of them. Nothing but love and respect for all of them. You talked earlier about seeing battle rap on the streets of Philly. I firmly believe that Philly had a huge impact on street battle rap and the way it is. Who were some of your favorites back then, if you recall, like that era of the Reed Dollars and those type of dudes? Who was your favorite?
I can't even say that it was all about battle rap back then either. It was
Mm-hmm.
about just who was rapping and who was
Mm-hmm.
fire back then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It,
Of the dudes that was just rapping on the streets, who
that
did
was
you
just
love?
rapping. Mind you,
Hmm.
most of our DVDs, it was just like a verse here, a verse there, a verse here,
Yep,
a verse
yep,
there.
yep.
Um,
Headshots, too raw for the streets, all that.
Meek obviously he took over. Like when I tell you he
Hmm.
took over, he took over. There
Hmm.
was a point in time in the city, shout out to Slaughter Rico.
Hmm.
He had a song that like lit the city on fire. Still a classic to this day called $5 Nigga. That song like went crazy in the streets. Like when I tell
Hmm.
you crazy in the streets, went crazy. Who else? It's a guy called Chink the Great.
Hmm.
Crazy flows for days. He used to be
Hmm.
outside just rapping for days. Like, yo, you
Hmm.
just not gonna stop. Like, um, who else? I'm trying to think of who else was like somebody that piqued my interest back then because there was so many people just rapping.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. Miss Jade back then.
Oh, Miss J. They don't
Cause I'm
know
like, I'm
about
trying to
Miss
think of a
J.
female
Miss
who was
J. She
rapping.
signed the Timberland. Shout out Miss Jade. I remember her.
Yeah, we had Eve, but then we also had Miss Jade who was heating the streets up too.
I
So that
love
was,
Eve.
yeah,
You. Okay, so you was around with the Got a Man, Remember Them Days. You remember all those type of joints.
yeah,
That's what I grew up on. I love Philly. I grew up on state property, all that. That was my stuff right
yeah.
there.
Stay prop them
Yep.
jackets.
Yep. Philly's most wanted.
Philly's Most
Even
Wanted was a movement too. That was a
man, even
movement.
even Gilly and his people with the Yeah, That's Us. I listen to all that. Okay. We have seen different leagues emerge in Philly. We've seen Battle Academy, we've seen trenches. What has been your experience with each of those leagues? And from
um,
as a Philly native, what has been your experience?
Both of them been cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say I'm not gonna say one is better than the other. Event is an
Mm-hmm.
event. Like you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Your
Mm-hmm.
event space is your event space.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. I think
Mm-hmm.
Battle Academy in recent years have been more consistent on where they had their events at. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of knew if they were having an event where it was going to be at. I ain't had to ask for no location or try to look at the flyer to figure it out. Who's on the card? Oh, okay, I'm there because I know where it's at type vibe.
Yeah.
Um, Easy has went to like different venues throughout the city,
Mm-hmm.
and tried out just different. Ain't nothing wrong with that either.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say that one is better than the other. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
an event is an event.
No, you're absolutely right. What's your favorite memory from attending a Battle Academy event, and then favorite memory from a Trenches event?
Favorite memory from a
Mm-hmm.
Battle Academy event was when Briz flew down, okay, out of nowhere. We all was like, what
Salute, brother
the
Briz.
salute Briz. That was a Battle Academy classic right
He
there.
just popped out of
Um,
nowhere.
just
He
popped
was
out
on
of
like the
nowhere
balcony or something, right?
and like floated down. It was miraculous. It was
Floated
you ain't
is
never
so
seen
funny.
nothing like that. But
Hmm.
and then trenches. I'm
Hmm.
trying to think
Hmm.
because I haven't been to too many trenches events. They also have
Okay.
had events outside of the city. I
Okay.
haven't been to too many trenches events,
Hmm.
and I can't think
Trenches
of
or
any.
Chrome?
Well, Chrome was the very first event.
Talk about it.
That was Remy Reda.
Talk about
That was a
Talk
good
crazy.
night.
Tell us
That was
about that
a
experience.
that was really, really a great night.
Hmm.
The vibes and the way Remy does her venues
Hmm.
once she gets them and personalize the way she personalizes her venues are
Hmm.
amazing.
Hmm.
So that was the first thing that stood out. The
Hmm.
fact that she had it live on Hot 97 was another standout.
Fire.
Um, the just the venue space was amazing. The way that
Hmm.
she personalized it made it
Hmm.
above and beyond. Everybody having like you know, full blown good great treatment the whole
Hmm.
weekend was
Hmm.
another thing as well. So she definitely set the tone with what it's going to be if you come to her league.
Hmm.
And also visually, my goodness, the trailers and like what are we
Fire.
talking about? Like
Top quality.
she definitely does a great job. But that first event, when I tell you, it felt like old school block party vibes in there. We was in there jamming all night long. We had a great time. We had a great time.
I love that. I absolutely love that. That's so dope. Um, there's been a lot of new Philly talent to pop up. Tell me who gravitates to you the most. You mentioned Muap earlier. Is anybody else as well?
Nah, not really nobody that's like super standing out to me for real.
Hmm. What is it about Muap that you like?
I think it's more because even with Muwap, I think it's
Hmm.
more of a consistency thing. I need to see them be
100%.
more consistent.
Hmm.
Um, if they were rapping more, maybe I could be for certain on
Hmm.
how, but I'm stuck in a gray area because they ain't moving around. They ain't shaking and baking. So
You got
hey,
another talent emerging, Top Floor Loot, who's recently made his way to the URL. What are your thoughts on Top Floor Loot as a Philly native?
I think Luke is doing his thing. He's working his
Hmm.
way up the ranks to where he needs to be and where he wants to be. But we'll see
Hmm.
how he does against tougher competition. I would like to see him versus
Agreed.
tougher competition.
Agreed. I like that talk. I like that. What were your thoughts on Cassidy versus Easy the Block Captain and how everything turned out?
I think that all that melee was for nothing. Um, like not to be funny, but like in battle rap, we've seen like actual situations happen where it's like, okay, now we really need to stop this battle. I
Hmm.
get that it was getting a little heated, the bill, but
Hmm.
at the same time, I feel like everybody needs to be able to control themselves.
Hmm.
And what occurred literally was nothing.
Yeah,
Like
it wasn't
we're
too
not
crazy.
we're not about to make it seem like that was just like some of the craziest shit we ever seen and they needed
Yeah,
to stop the battle. Like it
yeah.
just wasn't to me. It was just like all this over. Like what? We was in the middle of the second, well, the middle of the beginning of the second round. Like what's happening? They
Yeah,
snatch easy up, say, moved him back. I'm like, what is going on? Is they about to
yeah,
take him out the spot? Like I thought that
yeah,
they was about to just like take him out. Like, nah, we not having it. Like we just about to leave on some shit. Like it's just too
yeah,
much happening. So it was
yeah.
like, and it just was a lot for no good reason. And then
Hmm.
Cassidy
What?
just is who he is, and I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like you can't be mad at him for not wanting somebody. And some people have, it's been said before in battles. Hey, can you
Mhm.
please not spit all in my face? Like, can you
Mhm.
please, like, it's been
Mhm.
said before in battles. So it's not like
Mhm.
it's something that just is abnormal or he did that to be smart.
Mhm.
If he was spitting in his face and he did not want him spitting in his face, he has a right to say, please, could you not?
Facts. That's super facts. That is super facts. I want to shift gears and I want to talk about these new girls. Of the new girls, who do you think is going to usher us into the new golden era of battle rap?
Mallory X, like, who else?
Talk
Like, I don't know who
crazy.
else is
Let's
like.
go, Mal. Okay, talk to us about what makes you feel like that's what she's going to do.
He is great. Okay.
Mhm.
She battles
Mhm.
men, she battles women.
Mhm.
She she actually is very battle tested in terms of the amount of battles that she has to date for the
Mhm.
amount of time that she's been battled. She's been in like three tournaments at once and
Facts.
it's like a lot. She does a lot. So that's why I say that she's going to be one of the ones that ushers us into the new era.
I love that. Salute to Mallory X. She is incredible. And I 100% agree with you. I had a conversation with Vixen, who I'm very, very fond of. We've worked together a few times. Um, and we argued that she felt like she was already Mount Rushmore. Do you think
But
it, do you think you could
Vixen
switch
thinks
out
she's
Vixen?
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Who would you switch out for Vixen if you had to?
On my Mount Rushmore,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
no one.
Okay, you don't think that she's accomplished more than some of the people currently on there? Like a heart
Why,
when it's all
do
said and
you feel
done?
like you would like to
I'm
swap
just
her for her?
asking.
I
We
mean,
we we had the discussion. I
do
did not feel
you
that way.
feel like she
I did
could
not
be swapped out for her?
I think she's on an incredible run. I think what she's done in these last few years has been monumental. And I think that when it's all said and done, she's going to have a reason. I currently have Vixen in my top five.
I know for a fact she's had, way more battles than Hart.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
want you to
And
look, I want you to
tough
read those
competition at
bars
that.
on paper. I want you to read those bars on paper.
That's
I
all I
want you
do.
to
What do you mean
I
by that?
want
That's
you
all I
to
do is
read
read
some of
bars.
this, and not to say that Vixen doesn't have good material. I feel
Hmm.
like I really like the way E Hart crafts her
I
material.
agree. Her pen is
It's a
incredible.
little bit different. I feel like Vixen can kind of throw out a random bar and then like and then get into a scheme and get
Hmm.
into, like, you know what I mean, versus
Hmm.
Hart at her beginning to end, everything kind of goes together. It's
Hmm.
she's making sure that something, she's telling you a story. She
Hmm.
is very hard on people when it comes to
Hmm.
making sense, because when she writes her bars, everything kind of makes sense. Like, what do you like, there's nothing
Okay.
that you need to like try to figure out in terms of like, what is she talking about?
What's
You know
the
exactly
direction
what
this is
she's
going?
talking
Yeah.
about. You
Yeah.
know exactly
Okay.
where she's going.
So if we got Hart versus Vixen eventually, who would you have winning the battle?
I don't want to see that battle.
No, you don't think that's a legacy battle?
No, I don't really want to see that. I don't really want to see Vixen screaming at Earhart like that.
Well, so what do you want to see? What's a battle that hasn't happened that you do want to see?
I'm not gonna lie. I want to see Mao versus a lot of people. Like,
Hmm.
and again, that's something else that I keep seeing on the timeline. People keep talking about who she should battle.
Yeah,
And I
they
think it
mentioned
should
her and
happen.
Hustle.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind Mallory and the Coffee. Which one of the ones
Yeah,
would you want to see?
Mallory and Hustle is the one. I
Okay.
think again, Mallory is so battle. She's done so many battles in a short span of
Mm-hmm.
time. I think if she
Mm-hmm.
really had time to lock in for Hustle
Mm-hmm.
and do her thing like on a big card, she would definitely not only shock the people who don't know nothing about her,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that she would definitely show that she's a formidable opponent.
I like that. I like that type of talk. It's not too many voices in battle rap, especially female voices that are as respected as you are. Do you feel like, or let me ask you, do you feel like female voices are empowered in battle rap or stifled in battle rap?
Oh, they don't care about our voices at all. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't give two shits about nothing. Listen, y'all don't get y'all don't give two shits about nothing we say in battle rap at all whatsoever. But it's okay because
Okay.
we still do have a voice. And unfortunately or unfortunately, the women tend to stick together. So you know what happens when that
Love it.
happens?
I love it.
You get a whole bunch of women together all at the same time that y'all be mad at and be wanting to, throw shots at every day. But guess who's still surviving?
Talk
Okay.
crazy. Talk crazy.
They out here surviving and y'all mad at them. Stop being mad at them, okay? The women have united.
We love the women on this side, and a lot of people that I associate with love and support the women. And ultimately, I think that any industry is more successful when you have women in it as a fan base because women spend money, they support. A lot of events you'll see women are present at, buying tickets, traveling, and supporting. What can we do as a community and as a culture to make it safer of an environment for women?
I would ask you the same about your community that you live in. What can
Mm,
you do?
mm,
Is what can you do? Unless
mm.
we had like an app where it's like, you could pull up in the venue who's the predator. You can
Oh
like
wow.
we don't have nothing like that. There's no way to pull up anything like that inside of a venue. You don't know who you're standing next to or who you're around or what may
Mm,
happen. So it just is what it like things are going to happen the same as walking outside your door every day into your
mhm.
community. It just is what it is. I don't think there's
Understood.
nothing we can do.
Understood. Understood. Speaking of apps, do you feel like a battle rap app should be created for maybe either discounts on travel or more importantly, a calendar so that fewer and fewer events get booked at the same weekends? Do you think a universal battle rap calendar would be good for events?
No, because why would that stop me from booking my event that I wanted to have this weekend?
If
I
you
don't
pulled
care if
up an
it's
event,
six other events this weekend. If I feel like I got the card that's going to sell them for my event this weekend, I planned it for this weekend. Then we planned it without knowing about them other niggas planning it this weekend. Oh, that's what I ain't know nothing about them niggas doing their event this weekend. They ain't had nothing to do with
fair,
me.
fair, fair. Do you find it difficult to be a lead judge at these events, or are you able to handle the criticism?
Um, it's always going to be tough judging battles. Like, of
Mm-hmm.
course, people are going to want to know the whys and the whats.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
shout out to the fan bases because they're going to ride hard for their people.
A
Pause.
hundred percent. A hundred
They're going
percent.
to, make
Yeah.
sure that their voices are heard and that
Mm-hmm.
they're speaking up for why they feel like the person that they're a fan of won.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's just a part of the game. It's not something that bothers me or, I try
Mm-hmm.
my best to explain to people as simply as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I know people want more details sometimes. And it's like, the more details you give people, the more they try to twist shit. And I don't be having time for none of that. So it's like, let me just give you the simple basics. This
Yeah.
this is just what it was.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
you
a hundred
know,
percent right. Well, I want to say to you that I sincerely appreciate you taking the time to do this interview. You are highly respected, highly appreciated. Your voice is one that we look to. Everything that you've done in the battle rap space has been a huge contribution to the culture. And these are your flowers. Miss Rita, thank you for your time.
thank
And
you.
I honestly can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you. I appreciate you always keeping me in check with moves that I make to make sure that I'm on point.
Make sure it's on point.
I
I gotta
know
make
that's from
sure
a
it's
place of
right every
love.
time.
I know it's from a place of
Always.
love.
I'm like, nah, he did not forget the time on the flyer. I just
No,
be
but
asking you, like, what time is it? You like, oh, it's not on the flyer? No, it ain't, brother man.
no, but sincerely, thank you for your guidance and your help and just your commitment to the culture. You know, it's as I said, there's just not enough strong female voices, and you being there is a game changer. So thank you for everything.
Thank you again. Thank you for the hoodies. They are amazing. I'm gonna probably wear one again in New Orleans. We'll
Let's
see. Shout
go.
out to
Let's
Rock
go.
Lee. It's gonna be her birthday weekend,
Ah,
so we
happy birthday,
definitely
Rock
going
Lee.
to have a good time. It's gonna be a few people' birthday weekend too by the day. It ain't only her birthday, all right? But she definitely had something planned. So hopefully we all go out and go hang out with Rock Lee. Shout out to her. We in her
Shout out to
city,
Rock
so
Lee.
it's definitely
Fire.
it's all up to her what she want to do.
Heard you.
But yes,
Heard you.
thank you again for having me on. Keep
Thank you.
supporting and doing what
Thank
you're
you.
doing.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'll chat with you later.
I look forward to it, Miss Rita. Have a great Christmas and Happy New Year.
You too.
All right. Bye bye.